We are about to get shredded in September. Now, if you're watching this past September, that's okay too. You can still get shredded next month and lose your next 10 to 15 pounds. This is part two to the live. So if you somehow got here before part one, go watch part one first and then come back to part two. Get your pen and paper. Let's dive in. Let's get shredded.
All right. What we talked about yesterday, y'all, was just this portion right here. We briefly went over the nutrition, the pyramid over here of accountability and nutrition and stuff like that. By the way, if y'all just jumping in, we're going over my September shred season. This is hosted by Coach Roger Stufit. I'm the admin of two groups in the U Crew and the BFC Black Fitness Club. We briefly went over the foundation of the meal plan and the workouts that I did. I'm going to do upcoming September. This photo right here, this graphic, this was actually earlier this year. I'm not too far from this right here right now. I'm not going to show you on camera. Y'all get your head together. I'm not going to show you on camera right here, but I'm not too far from this right here right now. And what I want to do for September is to lean down, and I want y'all to join me. Okay, like we all keep each other accountable, throwing pictures of our steps in the groups, our workout selfies, our food selfies. All right, I want more food selfies in September than workout selfies. I know you're going to the gym. You should be at least. I want to see that fridge. I want to see you cooking. I want to see your food on the plate. It ain't got to be cute, but I just want to see that. This was February of this year. This was May of this year. And right here, I was literally a few pounds away from 200 pounds, and I dropped just about over 20 pounds right here in about 10 and a half weeks. And this 20 pounds right here is still gone. I'm only up literally 2 pounds from, I'm only up like 2 pounds from this. And that was almost 5 months ago. And so like one of my big things with my coaching style is, and I'm not, y'all can join the program if you want. I'm not selling you. But one of the things about my coaching style is that I want y'all to actually keep the result. Selena just commented, I'm not going to give her details fully, but she's lost, she's made a lot of progress so far, right? And she doesn't notice, but she knows it now. But one of our things moving forward is, okay, what's going to be our plan to make sure we don't find this weight that we lost? I still do some kind of introductory stuff like this, but I used to do like little, hey, 3 week shred, 6 week shred. And like people get results like while they're in it. We shouldn't be losing weight just to find it again. I don't know about y'all, but as y'all can clearly see, like when I lose my weight, I don't find it again. This is my first time over here getting to, let me zoom into this big ass stomach. Hold on. This is my first time getting to this big right here. I was kind of ashamed of this. Like, I'm supposed to be a coach. And I was like, nah, I got to lock in. I was like, and this is what I did too. I was like, you know what? Usually when I lean out and shred, I normally will go like 4 or 5 days a week working out, doing a whole bunch of cardio, sweating. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to take my own advice. I actually intentionally worked out less. What you see between these two photos, in those 10 weeks, I worked out less. This is not exaggeration. They thought I posted this on Instagram threads. They thought I was lying. I literally worked out less than 3 hours a week. I attended the gym mostly twice a week. There was probably two where I did one gym session. Now, caveat, I did walk outside quite a bit, but it's like wherever I could squeeze in, 5 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, 5, 7 minutes at night. I just wherever I could squeeze it in. If I could park further from the grocery store, errands, whatever it is, like that's the stuff that I did to keep my body moving. But this is just to go to show you, like when I tell y'all about my stuff when I'm like meal plan mastery, like this is what I mean. You got to lock into that nutrition. That's why there's not a lot of notes about nutrition down here. But anyway, enough about that. If you want to learn how to shred your body this September and not have to bust your ass in the gym or on the treadmill, you're gonna have to walk outside. Okay. Or you could do treadmill if you want to. I just get so bored on there, y'all. But we're gonna be locking to our nutrition. And you ain't gotta have a boring old meal plan. All right. It just turns out I know how to cook. Now, if you don't know how to cook, you probably need to be working because we need to talk about that. And meal plan and workouts. Let's just dive right in. So what we went over yesterday. So we went over meal plan and workouts. Meal plan is always first because you can work all you want, but nobody's going to see that nice, sexy build if you don't eat right. All right. So with the meal plan, I went over foundational skills, and this is where you always want to start because a lot of the time we start at, we're going to get to this today. A lot of y'all are starting at the top of this pyramid over here, right? When really, we need to be down here. We don't even have a foundation. And that's why your pyramid keeps falling over. You're building this pyramid back, like upside down. And I don't know if you have ever tried to like balance like a triangle on your fingertip. It's going to fall over. Okay. That's what we're here to fix today. So foundational skill sets for meal plan. If you want a meal plan, you got to have food. If you want food, you got to go to the grocery store. So literally the first thing I put on here is like, when am I going to grocery shop? All right. Mornings time, Saturday, Sunday. If you want a full detail on what we went over here, that's in the part one live. You can check that out. But grocery shop, morning, Saturday, and Sunday. Meal prep is going to be the next morning. Sometimes I will do like some prep for the meal prep. Like I'll come back in, get my groceries, I'll wash them, and I'll slice and dice. And I'll even probably season and marinate the meats, cut and clean the fats off of that if need be, depending upon what meats I got. And then that way, Sunday, my meal prep is literally like less than an hour. I'm just throwing stuff in the oven, crock pot, like whatever I'm cooking for that day. You need to know also how you will prep. We're going to go over some meal prep techniques right there. And just so I don't forget, hold on, and I went ahead and typed in some stuff down here already so I can keep you on pace. But meal prep techniques and how many meals a day you're going to eat. All right, we're going to get to this meals per day thing when we get to the pyramid over here. And then workout wise, I didn't put full detail like step goals and stuff like that, but workout wise, it's not too much to say right here, y'all. Go to the gym, lift some weights, push yourself. If it's light and it doesn't feel challenging at all, then lift like a little bit heavier. Okay, like that's literally all you got to do. Don't. It's not rocket science, y'all. So workout wise, 3 times a week: legs, push, pull, full body. Oh, my bad. Legs, push, full body. That's what I do. Me personally, upper body wise, like literally, like I can go like 6 months barely do upper body workouts, and I have done this from like a shoulder injury before. I can still put 225 on the bench press and rep it out. Anywhere from like 6 to 10 reps. Like I'm fine. Like my upper body, it's and I'm proud of it. It's fine. I maintain strength pretty easily. If I lose a little bit of strength, it comes back literally within like 2 weeks. So like sometimes a week. So I focus more on my legs because it was a time back in my youth, my younger days. I had hair back then where I was squatting 400 pounds. And I don't by any means think that's like impressive. Just the people I see, they be squatting. I'm like, I be shy to let you know how much you squat, man. I do what I do, man. Because they be squatting some real weight. But I got always 400 pounds. I'm thinking, okay, I get 400 pounds squat. I'm gonna be able to. I was squatting 400, and I could actually dunk. No way I can jump that high right now. I thought about training for that, but like, I mean, everybody ain't got LeBron tendon genetics and joints, so I'm gonna stay in my lane, y'all. But I got all the way to that, and my calves were still small. My quads were barely growing. I was like, what the heck? So I've learned like a lot more about like volume, my protein intake, tempo with my rest and recovery during sets, yada, yada. So I do 2 leg workouts a week because I've also used to experiment with 3. And 3 was cool until like I would pretty much fatigue my body chronically without knowing it. And then I would like literally just be standing there and be like I've literally pulled a hamstring. I was just standing there. I've caught a cramp in my hip that took me out for a month before. And you want to know what I was doing? I was waking up, getting out of the bed. I don't know. Life out of 30 is like a little weird. I don't know. So I just I do workouts that are sustainable long term. I'm not trying to impress anybody with myself. I used to be trying to like one of the things aside from my mother, she was really overweight and she lost a lot of weight meeting a trainer. That's what motivated me because to this point, heck, I have a degree in health science. Like that's how much it motivated me. Anyway, my legs don't respond. So I do legs twice. So part of that full body is like mostly legs. And I'll do like a little bit of, I'll sprinkle in some like functional upper body moves, maybe like a little bit of shoulders. Yeah. Once or twice a week, I'm going to be running as well too. Now the running for me on this split that I talked about yesterday in part 1 live. So 3 time a week workouts, legs, push, full body. That's what I'm going to be doing. All right. Y'all can do this in y'all schedule, but this right here, this will keep me less than, including the running, this is less than 4 hours of like hard work, you could say, per week that I got to do to work out. The only reason I'm doing is running because I genuinely do not like running. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like I ain't going to sugarcoat it. I don't like running. I'm only doing this because one of my clients is doing a one of my clients is doing a 5K in October. So yeah, I got to get right with the running, and I don't want to get dusted. I actually want to set like a somewhat of a PR for that 5K. So I'm like, let me actually train for it. Now let's go into tactical. So we're in the meal plan. Remember yesterday we said grocery shopping these days, this day, meal prep on Sundays. I know what type of meal prep we're going to do. We're going to cover that in a second, and then we got like the meals per day and stuff like that. I'm going to drop right now inside the chat. I created a body recomp newsletter, and instead of waiting for me to like drop content, everything, I can actually drop the content every single day into your inbox, into your email inbox around 9-10 in the morning. I wake up every morning. So far I prepared like 30 emails, but I wake up every morning. I write out a helpful piece of content that's actually useful for your journey. So not some like, hey, eat protein, like none of that. That's the like actual tactical advice. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that link in there right now. So if you want to join that newsletter, it's completely free. You can click, join it, come back to this live. Ladies, I do have this for you. So I'll briefly go over this just as like a hypothetical scenario for a woman who is 35 years old, maybe two kids, 5'4", 200 pounds, 35% or more body fat, and like a possible macro start that you could have for you. And I also have this meal plan with AI thing. You can definitely check this out afterwards. This is available right here, where I went over an entire blueprint of how to meal plan with AI, how to make sure you're losing 1 to 2 pounds of fat per week, 2 pounds if you want to be aggressive per week. The whole thing is here, step by step. The prompts are included. You can check this out after the video. I will drop that link sometime when I remember in the video. Okay, so ladies, I got y'all too. Okay. By the way, I've worked with like 90% ladies out of the 10,000 people. No, probably like 95% ladies I've worked with. So I got y'all. All right, we're gonna go into the nitty gritty. Let's start with the macros. That's really the hard part. So I'm gonna go for 150 grams of protein daily. Now, where did I pull 150 grams from? Now, I did pull this out my rear end, but since I've spent many years counting macros, so 150 grams is a good start for me. But it's not just a good start just because of like numbers wise, but just realism wise. That's another thing too, and that relates to this pyramid over here that we're going to get into. But you got to be realistic with yourself when we're setting these macros up, y'all. So a lot of people, they'll do is, you see the posts and it's like, oh, eat 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. Okay, cool. And then they do that. It's like, oh, hey, eat 200 grams of protein if you really want to see results. You're like, okay, cool. But then you go from like your 100 grams per kilogram of body weight, and then you go up to 200 something grams of protein intake every single day. And then you're like, you're hurting. Your stomach hurts. Your farts are diabolical. Like you clear out the workroom. Like the meeting ended early on Zoom because we could smell you through the computer. Like, and it's just like, we're not being realistic. Okay. So you got to start somewhere small and kind of work your way up. That's what the pyramid is for. We got to build ourselves up. Okay. So I'm starting at 150 grams of protein daily. And towards the end of the month, I'll move it to 170, 180 grams. Now, I've had a time where I did a show. I don't know if you can see it back here. I got a trophy back here. That's literally the only reason I did the show. I just wanted a trophy that said Jeremy won with his physique. That's all I want. Like after that, they're like, you doing that show? I was like, nope. Just like Love Car, I saw your comment earlier, how you said, I just can't stop eating. I like food too. I ain't trying to do another show. Now that might change. I never say never. I don't know where my steps will be ordained, but right now, on the weekend, my steps have definitely been ordained to my favorite wing spot and or a seafood boil. Okay, like, that's just me, y'all. All right. So I just personally, I don't be wanting to go past like I damn near don't even want to be at 170, 180 grams protein, but it's just gonna help with the nice tone definition look. So I could do it for like a little month or something like that. All right. By the way, if you're losing fat, belly fat, toning your body up, you're gonna be at the higher protein amounts for a little bit longer than I'm talking about here. Mind you, just to give you context, I've been working out since I was like 9. I started lifting weights when I was 14. I'll be 32 next month. Okay, so it's a lot of activity, muscle building has gone through this body in the timeline, and so like I respond easier to like tightening up my nutrition. On top of that, I don't really go out of whack. Like I don't just fall off nutrition. Like it's just not a thing I do because I don't like acne. I don't like my stomach hurt. I don't like having the runs. I don't like my sleep being messed up. I don't like I don't like seeing belly fat. I don't like my stomach. Like I want to see my junk. Like I don't do those things. Okay. So I keep my health in line. Also blood pressure with the men in my family it doesn't do that well. And so like there's a lot of things that I got to look out for. And plus my kids need an example of somebody, practicing what they're preaching. So that's why I do what I do. Okay. So I'm going to be doing 150 grams protein daily as a start. We'll slowly kind of move that up. It'll be on the higher end, 170, 180 towards those last 2 weeks of September. Okay. My carbs are actually going to start high because I'm working out 3 times a week, but I'm also adding in running. So I'll probably be starting around like anywhere from 250 to 300 grams of carbs a day. And I'll start to kind of trim down from there. I tend to start my cuts at like really anywhere from about the 2,700 to 3K calories a day range. And that's it working out 3 times a week, plus, some running and walking. But also I still personal training for like a couple hours of sessions per day. And so I'm moving around, burning a lot of calories. So I got to replace that. I don't personally like the hungry feeling, but I don't mind it like that last week or two. So shredding, I can handle a little bit then. Another thing I'm planning to do. So towards the last 2 weeks, I'm going to start carb cycling, carb and calorie cycling. So what this means is at the top of the week, I'm going to have higher carbs and calories. And then towards the end of the week, I'm going to be dropping those carbs, increasing fats and protein just a little bit to help satiety and everything. But it's going to go down. So like we're talking about like in last 2 weeks, we're probably like 250 grams of carbs. But by like Friday, we'll be at like 75 grams or less, maybe 50 grams or less of carbs, right? Um, so don't get on my nerves during that time because I'll be very irritable. All right. And then so we're gonna do it for the last 2 weeks. That should kind of shed some extra water weight, extra pounds. We'll take the little pictures and photos on like the 25th, 26th, and then we're gonna have a ball on the 27th. Okay. And I like doing stuff like this. And like this is gonna go into like one of the little chats that I'm gonna talk to you about, which I call the seasons of fitness that you're in. And so one thing about me last year, I didn't like how I kind of like chilled, like, oh, it's my birthday month. I don't really like how I just chilled like that. So I really want to, let me talk to you real quick. I don't like how I really chilled like that for my birthday just because it was my birthday month. And like I kind of let it go a little too much. So like what I want to do is really just lock in because that trickled into like really falling off. And I had to do like a lot of months of catch up just to get on point last year after my birthday. Because I had that, oh, it's my birthday month. I can go get a round rock donut on Tuesday if I feel like it. I'm not doing that this year. I actually want to like kind of tighten up and lock in. Okay. Now another thing about the car. So we talked about the cycling the carbs high in the beginning towards the end. Another thing they're going to be doing is making sure that my I'm not eating past a certain time. So I'm gonna start with like probably 8 p.m. Now, granted, I'm gonna tell you about cheat days too in a second, but most days, probably 5 or 6 days, I'm gonna have no food, no solid food past 8 p.m. No liquid calories past 8 p.m. They're probably like one day a week, so just so I can have a mental relief. I'm hanging out with friends. Hey, cool, we can go out to San third, but no food for me after 8 p.m. But I'll have like a little drink. Now let's dive into those cheat days and stuff real quick. So like if you're having a cheat day or a cheat meal, um, the thing that I say is like actually just cut the alcohol out. That'd be the easiest thing. My last 2 weeks, I'm gonna cut the alcohol out. I mean, Labor Day, I'm gonna give me Labor Day a little drink, okay? But these next 2 weeks, let me see, I'll have like a little bit here and there, probably just like one day where I just have something I want. The last 2 weeks, I'm gonna cut it out. One thing about cutting out alcohol is your body will not process fat as fuel or at all if you have poison in your body, such as, alcohol. So it's a really good idea to cut it out. If you haven't cut it out for at least 30 days, start there. Once you make it to 30, try to go for 60, try to go to 90, then try to get to 100. And journal how you're feeling. Take selfies, like look at the eyes and like your skin, the tightness, the clarity of your skin. A lot of different things that taking alcohol out will do for you, and just the inflammation in your gut will just like it changes a lot of things for you. So if you drink enough, if you're one of the weekend warriors, or if you need a little cocktail to go to bed, look, no judgment from me, but some things to consider. I invite you to try this stuff out. Okay. Oh, and the last thing. So we talk about protein, we talk about carbs. My fats will start off around like no more than 60 grams, but they're going to start to come down to where I'll be about last 2 weeks will be around like 40 to 45 grams of fat. I tend to do well and feel well off of low fat when I'm doing a cut. So I'll be okay with that temporarily, but typically I'll have like between 50 and 60 grams, just like on any given Sunday. Um, by any, I'm a little damn, I'm showing my age. On any other day a week, I'll typically have it like between 50 or 60 grams, just arbitrary numbers. All right, now the next thing, y'all, I want to show you how I'm gonna put this into a meal plan, my daily meal plan. So this isn't gonna be every single day. Okay, I made this as a sample, but this is stuff that I would eat. So like I like to get we'll start with eggs. So this is like one of my favorite breakfasts because it's just super easy to eat. Oh wait, I messed up right here. Hold on. Oop. So just oatmeal almond butter, like simple. And I don't really much eat that for flavor. Now, if you want to add like a small drizzle of honey, it'll increase your carbs. But like I could do oats and like some 0 calorie sweetener if I need to, and maybe slice like half a banana. If I sliced up half a banana here, all I would literally do is take these almonds out to reduce the carbs I would have with the banana and just have that protein bar. Or I would take these blueberries out right here to have more delicious looking carbs in my oats for breakfast. But this is a simple breakfast. I like to take this meal one right here. Let me zoom in. Sorry, y'all. I take this meal one right here and just have my two whole eggs, hard boil them, turkey bacon, toss in the oven, oats, toss in the microwave, let it swim. And then this just does this thing in the background until I remember that it's on the stove. 20 minutes later, I'm on the computer replying to emails, replying to clients. Then I go back and eat. I like lazy meals, okay? And that goes back to the type of meal preps. Yeah. Meal prep techniques. You need to know, are you going to be prepping lazily? Are you going to be prepping like intentionally, like everything? Or are you going to do the prep where you have everything laid out? Okay. Me personally for breakfast, I experimented last most of last year and now half of this year with prepping my breakfast out. I've come to the conclusion I don't like prep breakfast. Like it's disgusting. So if I have the time, I would just, cook it in the morning of and I'll do it. There's one or I'll hand scramble and, make like a nice little omelet or something. But I actually don't like the texture. And the texture, what I've realized in general, this is why it's important to know yourself. This is called improving your intuition around your nutrition. That's mine. All right. If you hear anybody else say that, they stole it from me. I've never heard it before. It's mine. But this is how you improve your intuition around your nutrition. You have to know yourself to do better. I don't like the texture so much so to where it'll build to the point where I will rather go out to grab something to eat, whether it's Chick-fil-A, one of my favorite sit down hold wall breakfast joints. I'll rather go grab something real quick to eat versus cooking because I'm just so disgusted at the fact that I meal prep my food for breakfast. Now, I'm not discouraging you by any means. I'm encouraging you to understand what your body does and doesn't like because that's how you stick to your point. That's to your nutrition plan. That's how you stay disciplined. Hey, I need y'all to drop a comment though, real quick. Make sure like y'all can still see me in here. I see the thing ticking, but it looks like it's like a delay or something right here. So just drop a comment real quick, just so I can make sure y'all still in here. And by the way, I'm going to be doing a Q&A in just a few minutes at the end of this. We're actually almost done. Back to the y'all was supposed to see that was a secret module. All right, back to my meal. So that's what I'll do for that right here. Quick little snack. 000 Waco's. I get the 20-gram protein one. You can get the big tub if you want to, but get that. I'll even sprinkle a little bit of extra whey protein in there. Have some blueberries to the side, walnuts. It's a nice, soft, sweet, crunchy texture of a snack. It's pretty good. And then right here, Greek Power Bowl. I like this because literally, like this, you can either make some nice gourmet chicken, or you can literally go get some shredded chicken, or just get some rotisserie and pull it apart. It's super easy to make. And then these vegetables, literally get a cutting board. You can cut and prep them maybe like in a glass safe container that's like kind of more airtight. But literally just scoop, slice it up and score and toss it in. And y'all might have seen like this took me aside from like having actually filmed this content, set up the camera, this literally takes me 4 minutes, 3, 4 minutes, and I can have a fresh Mediterranean Greek bowl. A good friend of mine here, he's Greek. He's like actually from Saratini, Greece. And he's been teaching me a lot. Like, oh yeah, the olive oil and this and that. A third, Jerry, you and I were talking about it. The right olive oil. So still haven't got I still got we got food at home, always food. But once I run out of that bottle of olive oil, then I'm gonna get yeah, that is a meal that is super easy to make and it's actually freaking delicious. And instead of squeezing lemon, you could just drop some banana pepper juice in there. I'm telling you, it's good. Trina said I need to meal prep because sometimes I just don't feel like cooking or eating. All right, cool. Yeah, we're gonna go into those meal prep techniques in just a second, Trina. Meal 4, easy. Get a protein bar or get a protein shake. I mean, don't eat, I don't know, and add this protein to here. Sometimes, you don't have to eat 5 meals a day, y'all. And what you're going to see in this video, I'm going to link y'all. Matter of fact, let me link y'all right now. What y'all are going to see in this video, this is how to create a fat loss meal plan with AI. What you're going to see is like, you don't have to eat 3, 4, 5 times a day. Like at least 3, make that your baseline. But, you're probably going to notice that you're more able to eat 4 meals on a day that you actually work out. You might notice that, hey, you might even eat 5 meals after a total body or a long weekend. But most of the time, y'all are eating 3, 4 times a day when you're doing what you should be doing. And honestly, that's enough. Like, that's enough, y'all. Okay. I don't always eat 5. Usually it's 4 meals a day for me. So I'll do 3 meals and then I'll do like one nice little snack high in protein. And that's cool. Personally, like I'm kind of like the opposite of like binge eating. If I'm like too full, then I just won't eat. If I'm stressed out, I won't eat. If I'm having like a little episode, just feeling down about myself, I don't eat. Like that's my issue, I guess you could say. Um, so don't demoralize yourself thinking, oh, I'm only eating like twice a day. Okay, cool. Get to 3. Like you're over halfway to 3 meals a day. And heck, 3 just might be you. All right. Nothing wrong with that. I actually prefer to eat 3 times a day. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's so much easier, like to not think about food. So like when people ask me, "Hey, what's like the snack here?" And it's like, just stop snacking because the best seasoning is hunger. Like the reason y'all have trouble eating some of these healthy foods is because you're all like, you never give your body time to just sit and digest some damn food. You gotta graze on, like, you ain't no cow. You gotta graze on something every hour. Like, come on, like, y'all, digest the damn food. Enjoy the fact that you're hungry and you can actually have the ability to solve that problem in a few hours because some people can't solve that problem, right? Stop eating all that damn food. Act like I ain't seen no food before. All right. So this salmon pen right here, this is what meal five. So I went to actually this is something you'll see in that meal plan video that just linked back there, y'all. And this salmon dish right here. So I went to some Italian restaurant, got this nice salmon pasta. It had like a lemon, basil, something kind of whatever. It tastes really good. And I was like, I know I can make this healthy. Now, before this is actually before ChatGPT came out. But I really looked at some salmon recipes and I pulled some ingredients together. Only thing I would probably add to this recipe to make it like really, really good. So this red lentil pasta right here, it says 40 carbs. That's what AI put on here. But it's actually about your body actually recognizes about 30 carbs because there's like 13 grams of protein inside of a serving of red dry lentil pen. So it's actually a low carb version of pasta. And then the fat-free feta literally is 2 grams of carbs, 8 grams of protein, 0 fat. You toss some Parmesan cheese up there for some flavor after you cook it. You got your baked salmon. Like, this is a lot of protein. It says 38 grams, but it's actually a little bit more than that. But this is a lot of protein in your palate, in your plate. And so what you can do actually, I'm gonna give you a secret to add to this recipe. Get some capers. Now this is for my people who cook. If you need to, hey, if you don't cook, you don't know how to cook, you need to write stuff down. Get you some capers. Okay. Now, let me help y'all out. Look, this is what capers look like. They come in like this little thing, this little bottle right here. Okay. Y'all don't know about this right here. Look, y'all, I be chefing. All right. But you get you some capers, y'all. You're gonna garnish with that. Some of it, so you're gonna garnish with some of it, you're gonna mash with some of it, okay, to create your sauce. So this is what you do. All right, hold on. Y'all lock in. All right. After you cook your salmon, don't discard the stuff in the pan. What you're gonna do, get you some Roma tomatoes, get you some sun-dried tomatoes out the bag, chop those sun-dried tomatoes really tough and chop them as much as you can and put those bits into the sauce. Get you some cooking wine, get you some some chicken or beef bone broth. Put a little bit of that in there. And just a small splash of vinegar. Get you a lemon. All right. Get the shred the little skin off of it, dice it real fine, make you some lemon zest, put that in there. Squeeze lemon there as well too. And then you're gonna start stirring that up. All right. Now, if you want to make it a little bit thicker, you can add a little bit of cornstarch, but that's gonna thicken it. That's gonna add some carbs too. So just be aware of that. All right. You can put a little olive oil in there. You can put some grass-fed butter in there. But again, if you're gonna garnish it up like this, just like a little bit. Okay, a little bit does a lot. All right. But you mix that up in there. Okay. And this is the last little hack I actually do. It's gonna sound weird. Put some almond milk in there. After it reduces a little bit, put some almond milk in there, unsweetened. Very, very, very low in carb. And put about 10 grams worth of plain Greek yogurt. That plain Greek yogurt texture is actually going to it's also going to thicken up the sauce, but it adds 10 grams of protein. And also it gives that more of that creamy texture. And just stir it till it's nice and does its thing. And then you'll take your red lentil stuff, your red lentil pasta, put it in there with a little bit of that pasta water to help thicken it up as well too. Add the salmon on top. Boom. Now when you serve it, dice up some capers and some Roma tomatoes real fine and some capers, and then you put that on top of the salmon and put some Parmesan. Y'all getting hungry, okay? Y'all ain't know I know how to cook. Y'all ain't know. Y'all ain't know. I be in that kitchen. I'm whipping. All right. I be on it. Okay. So that's your sample meal plan right there. But y'all have like tons of like sample meal plans you can do. And I created the AI fat loss meal plan video for you. So it ain't no excuse at this point. You be like, cool, well, that meal plan don't fit. Go to the video and watch the darn video. All right. All right, now back to the whiteboard. We actually went over time a little bit, but it's okay. We here. We here. If y'all still here, give me a thumbs up, or do we need to do a part 3? I don't know. Y'all let me know. To the workouts. So we already explained this stuff. So 3 times a week, legs push, full body workout. My full body is kind of lower body focused, a little bit of upper body at the end. I have simple goals. So this is kind of intentionally left blank-ish. I want to average 10K steps in September. For me personally, and I'd be tired. I just need to make sure my step thing reads 10K. That's including if I'm working out, doing my running in miles or whatever. But I want to average 10K a month. Right now, my last August average was like just around like 9,200, I think, or so. When I'm working out, I want to push past my limit a little bit more. Now, this doesn't mean you kill yourself in the gym every single session, but if you finish your warm up session, you did your working set, add little drops out there. Take them biceps to fatigue, take them triceps till they tire out. Squeeze out your last couple leg extensions, drop the weight down, squeeze out some more, right? Your program says do 15. No, do 15 and drop the weight, do 10 more. Like, I really feel that burn in your body. That's literally the only things habit-wise, no exercise. I'm not going to go too much into progressively overloading and stuff like that because that's just so minute and individualized. Everybody at that point, you're just one of my clients. I'm coaching on that, on how you should be progressing your weight. But y'all can easily ask me about coaching, shameless plug, or y'all could ask ChatGPT, which you could be doing for that. So if we got time, y'all let me. I ain't got nothing else to do today. So we can go over this pyramid or we can do a part 3. Which one y'all want to do? So Love said that eating is 100% my issue. Like 95% of people watching this live right now. I can't stop eating. Adding more protein has helped, but I struggle with consistency. Workouts are easy to me. I've been going to the gym for over 1 year. Good job. Weightlifting 4 times a week. Really good job with a personal trainer. We meal prep lunch and dinner, but I struggle with not eating more than my caloric allotments. Love, if you're still in here, I actually want to hear from you. What do you mean when you said, because you said eating's your issue, I can't stop eating. But then you said at the end, I struggle with not eating more than my caloric allotments. So this says that you struggle with not eating enough, but then you say you can't stop eating. So I need a little more clarification on that. What tends to happen is like you're working out 4 times a week. So that means you're being consistent. And when y'all work out, you also get super motivated to stay on top of your journey. And that includes your nutrition. So like most of y'all don't leave the gym and be like, oh yeah, I'm about to go cheat my diet now. Now I do that on Fridays, I ain't gonna lie. But in most cases, we're not going like Monday through Thursday, maybe Friday, working out hard and just like, all right, donut time, unless it's Saturday or Friday. That tends to be what happens, and we eat kind of like low. We're trying to be like on point, but then our body's experiencing these high value, high nutrient dense, low calorie meals. That means like a lot of food, a lot of nutrients, but not a lot of calories. And we're logging them, and we're not getting to the mark. And so what happens is we get to the weekend, we're not at work, we're not as stimulated, we're less busy, and our body's like, hey, it's time for some dopamine. Also, ain't you been kind of starving this week? That's what your body says. And then you just go to eat. Because that first line you said, I just love eating. So that's the awareness. Remember I said improve intuition and nutrition. That's the awareness of what's going on. So the simple fix for you right now is enjoy your weekends. But I want you to start off by adding to your weekends, which means that your first 2 meals, at least, healthy breakfast, healthy lunch on the weekends. Do that. And preferably get up in the morning, get some sunshine, walk. All right. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, specifically Saturday and Sunday. And just start your day off like 67% healthy on the weekends. And after that, whatever you do is whatever you do. This will start to kind of teach your body more to expect healthiness, healthy food, and start to crave it more. All right. Because when you eat a bunch on the weekends, the calories don't just disappear on Monday. All right. Your body's still kind of cycling through those calories Monday, a little bit of Tuesday, depending on how much you ate. And that's why you experience eating less on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then the appetite starts to ramp back up towards the end of the week. And it's a vicious cycle that repeats where we need to just kind of be a little more consistent, maybe like a little bit of a hump, like a little cheat day here and there. But we got to be more consistent over time like that. Okay. So hopefully that helps you out. The other question said, I need to meal prep because sometimes I just don't feel like cooking or eating. Now, this goes into meal prep techniques. 1, nutritional awareness, like I said, but 2, meal prep techniques. You need to know how you feel because how you feel is important, especially with nutrition. I don't feel like cooking most of the time. I'm not gonna lie. If it's not Sunday or kind of Saturday, like I hate cooking during the week. Like I actually absolutely hate it. That's why and sometimes I don't like the texture of like Thursday, Friday prep meals that were on Sunday, but I hate cooking during the week more than I hate how those meals taste Thursday, Friday. And they still be good because it's my cooking, but still it's like, dang, chicken, broccoli, rice again. Like that's how I feel. So if you don't feel like meal prepping, it's just because you don't you're thinking you gotta lay out 20, 15, 20 meals and snacks. Just do the Chipotle method. That's what I call it. So you walk in the Chipotle line, hey, can I get beans? Hey, can I get rice? Can I get lettuce, tomatoes, a little bit of sauce? So cook your ingredients instead. Prep the ingredients. Get your little plastic containers, little containers you get from like you put soup in and stuff like that, and prep your ingredients. And you just drop your ingredients in everywhere. You just drop your ingredients into your plate as you see fit. And the bonus tip is if you just plan your macros out and cook all your ingredients that fit the macros for the week, as long as the food is all gone, all the ingredients are gone by the end of the week, you pretty much hit your macros. It's a win-win situation. That's one of the lazy meal prep versions. And even more lazy meal prep versions, go on ChatGPT, find some crock pot recipes. So like stuff that I've been doing, y'all, lately is I will actually go to I found like a lot of crock pot meals, but like literally I'll get like Roma tomatoes, ground beef, I'll get some tomato paste, a little bit of bone broth, and just toss in a crock pot. Rice on the stove. 1 minute boil, stir it, close it, let it swim. 20 minutes, done. Everything's done. Want some vegetables? Cool. Roast inside the oven, uh, near completion with the crock pot beef and rice. Pre-diced vegetables up. Done. I can just scoop and score. Literally, if you ain't got 10 minutes to do that, then we have something else to talk about. All right. Now, at the times that you don't feel like eating, that's can point to more things than one. So it like how you're feeling matters too. You got to understand like myself, like I said earlier, even though I know I don't like to eat when I'm stressed and I don't feel like eating, I will just have literally grapes. I'll have blueberries ready. I'll have like an orange, maybe like a protein bar. I actually have an affiliate, a sponsorship coming up. It's actually my first ever sponsorship. Most of y'all know I do not. I also feel limited because I have seafood allergy. Oh, it's plenty of stuff that you can make out of the tree. I'll get you in a sec. I got a sponsorship coming up soon, y'all, with protein. And anybody who knows me, I've never sold any supplements to anybody, but I've been trying this for the past 2 weeks. And once they get back in stock, we're going to be set up an affiliate deal. So I'll be hitting out with that. But that has been a game changer for me because, again, I don't like to eat when I'm stressed, but I know I need the fuel. So I get to get this little bit of thing that has like 25 grams of protein in it, eat some fruit. Like I'm still on top of my macros. So that's going to be real cool to host for you guys. Trina, you say you feel limited because you have a seafood allergy. Now you feel limited because you can't enjoy them seafood boils. But I know, and I hate to poke you and twist the knife, but them sweet, whew, I feel for you because them seafood boils are good as hell. You know, I'm gonna eat one for you today, just for you. I'm gonna have you in mind with my hash shrimp boil. Okay, but you got chicken, you got lamb, you got turkey, you got beef, you got chat GPT. All right. But you got different methods. And there's plenty of ways to skin a cat. So like when you're preparing your meal prep, this is another thing about batch prepping. Like let's say I make like a bunch of I'm just give you one example because I want to get y'all out of here. If you're meal prepping, let's say I got a batch of chicken and I could slice some of the chicken, I could cube some of the chicken, I could have a whole chicken, a whole chicken breast with some of it, and I can make different kind of meals with that. If I have sliced chicken, I can use the red lentil pin pots to make like a chicken Alfredo. That's high fiber, moderate carb, and high protein. If I have a whole chicken, okay, boom, standard chicken black and rice. Boom. If I have the cube chicken, I can make like a power bowl. Or you can even shred the chicken in a crock pot. And I can use that like on a salad, or I can, make like a whatever. So it's think about different ways to skin the cat, so to speak. That'll help you out with not feeling as limited with your meals. You have the ground beef, ground turkey, taco bowls, fajita bowls, again, power bowls. That Mediterranean bowl I showed you, like that stuff works wonders. Eat turkey for lunch every day. I hate cooking. Yep. Hey, but you know yourself. You don't like cooking, then hey, you got a turkey sandwich. Technically, that is considered cooking. You made a recipe. Yeah, just put that on Dave's Killer Bread. Good protein, good fiber. You're good to go. But that was all the questions, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming in. I'm gonna let y'all know. It'll be kind of like game time decision, but I'll probably do like 11 a.m. On Saturday, tomorrow for a live because I ain't really got nowhere to be. I might go to Run Club, but they'll be done at like 10 or something like that. So, or no, it'll be done at like 9:30. So I should be home in time. So it'll probably be like 11:30. It depends on traffic. I don't know. It's game day in Austin. It's game day tomorrow. So it might be more like 11:30. Let's do 11:30, y'all. All right, cool. 11:30 Central. We'll do a part three tomorrow. And we're just gonna go over the pyramid. That's the last thing. So that should be, I say this every time, but it's gonna be a shorter video. But I'll say it every time. So we'll see. But we'll do that 11:30, 12-ish, because I want to go catch the game too. So yeah. Peace out, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming to the live. And if you have somebody who wanted to join this live and chime in, then hit them up. By the way, free giveaway, like I said, I have free workouts and meal plans that y'all can check out. I'm gonna drop that link in here right now. If y'all need some free workouts and meal plans to get you started, click that link below and you can join in on that. They'll have instruction videos out immediately get texted, emailed to you for your login credentials, as well as how to access your meal plan and how to access your workouts and everything. If you have a friend that wants help with that stuff too, then send them that to get started. They can get to know me, my style, send it to your friends, support me, because if I don't get any support, I ain't gonna be able to feed my kids. But y'all have a good rest of the day. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend, 4 days off. Peace out.